Every legend has a beginning. This is History Uncovered.
Have you ever wondered what the football world would look like if Cristiano Ronaldo never wore that iconic white jersey of Real Madrid? What if that world record transfer in 2009 just never happened? It's a massive what if that would have sent ripples across the entire sport, changing legacies, trophy cabinets, and the very fabric of football history. Let's dive deep into this alternate reality. Picture this. It's the summer of 2009. A young Ballon d'Or winning Cristiano Ronaldo is at a crossroads. He's conquered the Premier League and Europe with Manchester United. The move to Madrid seems destined, a perfect match of superstar player but in our timeline, something changes. Maybe Sir Alex Ferguson convinces him to stay for one more year to build an even greater dynasty at Old Trafford. Or perhaps another European giant swoops in with an offer he can't refuse. Let's explore the first scenario. Ronaldo stays at Manchester United. The immediate impact would be monumental. The 2009-2010 season saw United finish just 1 point behind Chelsea in the Premier League. With Ronaldo's goals, it's almost certain they would have clinched the title. He was at the peak of his athletic powers, a goal-scoring machine. Imagine him and Wayne Rooney in their prime, continuing their devastating partnership. The Premier League might not have seen the rise of Manchester City as quickly. United could have dominated English football for years to come, potentially adding more Champions League trophies to their collection. Ronaldo's legacy would be cemented as an undisputed Manchester United legend, perhaps even surpassing the likes of Best and Charlton in the eyes of many fans. He might have become a one-club man in England, his statue outside Old Trafford, an inevitable. But what about Real Madrid? Without Ronaldo, their Galacticos Artenlim project looks very different. They had already signed Kaká and Benzema, but Ronaldo was the crown jewel. Without him, the pressure would have fallen squarely on Kaká's shoulders to be the team's talisman. We know the Brazilians' time in Madrid was plagued by injuries, so it's a huge burden. Maybe they would have pursued another star. Frank Ribery from Bayern Munich was a hot topic at the time, or maybe they would have built the team more around Gonzalo Higuain and Benzema, giving them the central roles they craved. Now, let's think about the biggest consequence. The El Clásico rivalry. The Ronaldo versus Messi rivalry defined an era. It was the immovable object against the unstoppable force. For nearly a decade, every single match between Real Madrid and Barcelona was a global event, largely because of these two titans. Without Ronaldo in Madrid, this personal duel never ignites in the same way. Lionel Messi would have been the undisputed king of La Liga, with no direct, week-in, week-out challenger for the Pichichi trophy or individual accolades. Would Barcelona have been even more dominant? It's very likely Pep Guardiola's legendary team might have faced a less potent Real Madrid, potentially winning even more titles domestically and in Europe. The balance of power in Spain would have been completely skewed. Real Madrid might have struggled to break Barcelona's, and the narrative of the 2010s would be one of Messi's uncontested reign. And what about the Champions League? Real Madrid's historic three-peat from 2016 to 2018 simply doesn't happen without Ronaldo. He was the difference maker in so many of those crucial knockout games. His overhead kick against Juventus, his relentless desire to win on the biggest stage was all central to their success. Those 4 Champions League titles in 5 years. They would have been up for grabs. Which teams would have stepped up? Bayern Munich, with their consistent excellence, would have been a prime candidate. Maybe Juventus, who reached the finals in that period, would have finally gotten over the line. Or perhaps an English club like Manchester United, with Ronaldo still leading the line, would have seized the opportunity. The entire landscape of European football would be redrawn. Let's consider another possibility. What if Ronaldo didn't stay at United but chose another club instead of Madrid? In 2009, Manchester City was just beginning its ambitious project, flush with new money. Imagine the shockwave if they had signed Ronaldo. It would have accelerated their rise to the top overnight and established them as a global powerhouse years ahead of schedule. The Manchester rivalry would have become the most intense in world football, with Ronaldo leading the noisy neighbors against his former club. Or what about a move to Italy? Inter Milan had just won the treble under José Mourinho in Arling. Perhaps a move there to link up with his fellow countrymen would have been tempting. This would have shifted the spotlight to Serie A, making it the most watched league in the world once again. The Messi-Ronaldo rivalry would have played out across different leagues. A more distant but still fascinating battle for supremacy. Now, let's bring it back to the individual. Ronaldo's 9 years at Real Madrid were transformative. He evolved from a dazzling winger into the most prolific goalscorer in football history. He scored an unbelievable 450 goals in 438 games, a record that seems almost fictional. Would he have achieved those same numbers at Manchester United or another club? It's debatable. The style of La Liga and the sheer quality of the Real Madrid midfield, with Cruz, Modric, and Alonso feeding him chances, was a perfect storm for his talents. His Ballon d'Or count would also look very different. He won 4 while at Real Madrid, drawing him level with Messi for a period. Without the platform of Real Madrid and the direct rivalry in La Liga, it's possible Messi would have collected even more of those awards during the 2010s. Ronaldo's claim too, being the greatest of all time, would have a completely different set of arguments for and against it. The entire narrative of modern football changes. The debate that has dominated pubs, forums, and social media for over a decade, Messi versus Ronaldo, loses its central battleground. Legacies are altered. Zinedine Zidane might not be remembered as a legendary manager without the Champions League three-peat. Luka Modric might not have won the 2018 Ballon d'Or. Players like Gareth Bale might never have moved to Madrid, as the club's transfer strategy would have been completely different. It's a fascinating thought experiment. Ronaldo's time at Real Madrid was so impactful, so historic, that removing it creates a void that changes everything. It wasn't just a player joining a club. It was an event that shaped the destiny of multiple clubs, managers, and players for an entire decade. The world of football we know today was built on the foundation of that 2009 transfer. Without it, we would be living in a very, very different football reality. So, what do you think? Where would Ronaldo have gone And what would have been the biggest change? Would he have been as successful? Let me know your theories down in the comments. It's a huge debate, and I'd love to hear your take on it. If you enjoyed this trip into an alternate football universe, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.